Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whenever this video finds you, I hope you're having a rad time. I am the Figure Dude, and on today's episode of Work in Progress Wednesday, I have a few more swaps I'm going to make on some custom figures before I get them ready to paint and put decals on. And then I also have the finished products of the Shawn Michaels figures that I was working on last week in Work in Progress Wednesday. So without any further ado, let's talk about some figures, dude. All right, welcome back. Like I said, I have a few more swaps that I'm going to do this week. And then when I have a bunch of customs, I'm going to have them on my Work in Progress Wednesday. I'll talk about what I'm going to paint. I might talk about the decals I need to put on them. But eventually, all the customs that come through here, I'm going to make sure you see the finished product and just keep continuing to go through the process of showing you guys how I do stuff. So, like I said, I have the finished product of the Shawn Michaels I was working on last week. I got the head and arms and everything. So I have this Shawn Michaels. That was the Ultimate Edition legs, some Elite boots and torso, and some of the basic maybe arms and head. So there's my Ruthless Aggression Shawn, and I do have two Ruthless Aggression Shawns on my collection. So this is another fix-up. We have not, I don't think we've gotten any of the like classic tights Shawns from the Ruthless Aggression era. So I just kind of have my own, and they're not completely accurate, but I think they do a pretty good job representing the time. And then here is the Ultimate, and this has decals. I've added knee pads. Gave him the Ultimate torso, and I'm really happy with how that turned out. The arms fit on those pegs nicely. I didn't have to do anything to modify those. It just kind of turned out how I was hoping. So I'm really excited about that. And then the fix-up I'm doing today. So here I was working on this Shawn last week. Oops. So I'm just going to add arms onto him. And then he'll have some painting. I'm going to have to look and see if Curb Stomp has any decals for this Shawn that I want to work on. There's one. I have a Sting, and I'm not positive. I think, so this head is just a placeholder. I'm going to have to get another bleach blonde Sting. But I'm going to put these kick pads, the short kick pads, onto this Sting, and then I'm going to give him the all pink attire. So he's still got a bit to do, but I'm just swapping pieces around. And those tights are from a Rick Rude Elite, and I had it as a Dolph Elite for a long time, and then just decided I didn't need it anymore after I got that one with the long hair and like the IC belt attire. Then I'm also I also am planning to get the Shawn Michaels from Wrestlemania 23, that Ruthless Aggression. So I went back and found all the pieces. I broke up my Cena Elite from that Wrestlemania. So I'm going to put all that back together. I'm going to give him black shoes, and I don't even remember if it had black shoes on the first time through, but I'm going to get all fixed up. I'm going to do one more Shawn Michaels torso swap. So here's my extra fan takeover again. I ordered 3, so I would have 2 extra. And then this is from the unboxings last week. And I scored this WrestleMania 10 Shawn Michaels. So I don't know if you can tell, he's super dirty. Like this Shawn I got in the lot last week needs a lot of help. It needs a lot of TLC. So I am going to give him that. I'm going to clean up these tights. I'm going to swap the torso. I'm going to swap the arms onto the swappable arms or shoulder sockets. So that is hopefully going to be looking nice too. And then lastly, I'm going to take this Elite Andre the Giant, and I'm going to swap out his calves Sorry, trying to get him to stand up. It's a very top-heavy dude. Okay, it's working for now. So I'm going to swap out his calves for a little bit shorter ones so that I can put these yellow boots on him and get his WrestleMania, is it 2? I can't remember off the top of my head. The WrestleMania where he, oh shit, I'm drawing a blank. Completely drawing a blank. There's a WrestleMania where he wears yellow tights and yellow boots. I want to say it's when he fights Big John Studd, but now it's completely slipping my mind. I don't remember. But that is the last fix-up I'm going to make for the day. A little less than last week, I believe. But still, I always have fun swapping around pieces. So I'm going to go do that off camera again. Go heat up my water, swap around some parts. I did have the torso crack for the Ultimate last week, so I'm not going to do that on camera. I'll just do it quickly. And then we'll come back, take a peek what we've got, and that'll wrap up our episode for the day. BRB. All right, I am back, and let me tell you, I am loving the swaps I made here. I did make a couple adjustments on the fly, but not too different than what I originally had planned. So just to start out, the Shawn Michaels that I was going to put the arms on, I decided to change his head. So I took one of the extra fan takeover heads, one of the new heads, and I just cut off like the little piece of hair that was hanging down, just to kind of give him the straight ponytail look. And then I'll also put a 5 o'clock shadow on him. And then I decided to put on the double jointed arms because I was going to have to do some painting anyway. So I'll just paint this black. And I think I said before I'm going to look for some decals from Curb Stomp and see. But then I'll paint these all black, or I might acetone it off, whatever's easier. And then I'll also get like the O'Neill decals, the boot decals. And then he'll be done, so we'll get to him eventually. The Sting, again, I need to get the Surfer Sting head scan, but I swapped his boots. I have the kick pad, like boot part, and then for the foot, I took some Big E feet just because I wanted it a little bit different than the just normal kick pads, but I was happy with that. The Andre the Giant, I am pretty happy with. I think it looks pretty sweet. I don't know if we're ever going to get like an official release of this Mattel. Whoa. But I'm really happy with how he turned out. The Cena is just back to normal. But then I put one of the Defining Moments heads on him with the True Effects. I think this looks awesome. You won't stand those damn ankles. Really happy with that, how that turned out. And I have the shirt and the hat somewhere. I just couldn't find them. And then finally, so I have the pinless arms on this HBK, this Heartbreak Kid. But then I cleaned it up. I'm absolutely in love with this. So I think this turned out incredible. We've got the arms, the double jointed, the pinless arms instead of the double jointed. I have the head scan from, I don't even know. Oh, the Network Spotlight is where I got this from. The same that was on my blue or teal, whatever, SummerSlam Ultimate that I just fixed up. I cleaned it up. I used acetone to clean up the boots, just get all those smudges, all that dirt and grime and all that nasty stuff off. And that does happen a lot with the white figures, just from handling them. They get dirty, and if you play with them, which I think someone did before this got to me, got pretty dirty. But I am super pumped about how this WrestleMania 10 HBK turned out. I might end up painting like the waistband up because he always wore his tights above his belly button. We'll see. I might experiment and just see how it looks, but that's going to wrap up today's episode of Work in Progress Wednesday. I'm really happy with how it turned out. Next week, I have a couple ideas. But we'll kind of see how things unfold. I have some packages in the mail I'm waiting on. I'll just kind of see. But I have nothing else. So without further ado, I'm going to say goodbye. Figure Dude out.